Hi everyone, so this is Jim Thornton. This is just a quick video for McCann Realtors, kind of training you how to make changes to the website in-house. So there's a couple different ways that we're going to make changes to the site in this video. We're going to make some changes to the homepage because obviously, 2015, 2016, things change, so you got to make, basic updates. Or let's say you want to change the text, you find out that there's a mistake on the homepage. So making changes to the homepage is relatively simple, but it's different from the rest of the pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to log in, and I'll make sure that I'm logged out so you can see that login process. So we're going to go to mccannrealtors.com/wp-admin, and that's a backslash. So when we go there, it's going to take us to the McCann Realtors, the McCann Realtors login page, and I'm going to hit login with my credentials. And once we get there, so I'm just going to open up the McCann Realtors homepage in another tab. So once we get there, this is just taking a minute because it's connecting to the server, but you can see this loaded up pretty quickly. Okay, so now we're in the back end. When you go to Appearance, Widgets, that's how we structured the homepage. I registered widget areas so that changes to the homepage could be made from the widgets. So as you can see here, the home sections are kind of laid out in order. So home section 1Z doesn't have anything in it right now. That's just kind of a placeholder if we want to add things to it. And then home section 1A, you're going to see this is the tagline. That's right up here. This is search homes for sale. That's the code for that. And this is search vacation rentals and then the code for that. And then when we get into home section 2, you can start seeing that it's just pure HTML code. And you can see that the text is here. Get a home value report. Get a list of recently sold properties similar to your home, and market brief. So get a list of recently sold properties similar to your home and market brief. So you can see that, in that section, that widget area, home section 2, is where you would make changes to this section of the website, the second section of the website homepage. And then we have McCann Realtors, excellent in real estate services since 1939, and you can see that that's going to be the next section down, or the next used section down. And I've created these placeholders in case we want to add more things in, and you can do that just by dragging over a text widget from the inactive available widgets, and then you can just type in text there and save it, but I'm not going to do that right now. So over here in home section 4, you can see there's McCann Realtors, excellence in real estate services since 1939, and we can make whatever changes we want to this. So I'm just going to say test change. I'm going to hit save. And when I go to the home page, I want to make sure that I'm refreshing the home page because sometimes the changes that I save won't update unless I refresh the cache on the site. So on Chrome for a PC, that's Control-Shift-R. So now you can see when we look down, it says test change. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to remove that and save it. But that's how you edit the home page. And then in order to edit the contact section on the menu bar, you're going to use this area. So it says contact. And you can see that the contact information is in there and it's wrapped in HTML tags. So, and then we have nothing in home section 5. After entry, there's nothing in here, so I'm just going to delete that out. And then here are our footer widgets. So we have our map. This is the code for our map. And then here's some information about the office, because that's as you can see here at the bottom, you got the Seattle office and the Ocean City office. So that's the widget areas are pretty self-explanatory. But that's how you make changes to that. And you might notice that when you go to the home page and you hit this edit page button, that it's going to take you to a blank page where you can't really see any of the changes to make them. So that's the first section. The second section is making changes to blog posts and basic pages. So the way that we do that, the easiest way, is to go to whatever page on the site has an issue. So we changed and updated the accurate information for the phone on the menu bar hover for this area, but we didn't change it yet for the contact form. So I'm going to go through and just show you how to change that. So this is the correct information. I'm going to copy this phone number. So I'm hitting Control-C on a PC, Command-C on a Mac. And then I'm going to go up to this Edit Page button in the Admin toolbar. And I'm going to find where it says that 714 number, that first 714 number. And I can see that this is the Seattle City office. So I'm going to change that phone number to the correct telephone number by pasting it in. And then hit update when I want to save changes. But I also have to change, go back to it. I also have to change the Ocean City contact phone number. So I'm going to grab the accurate phone number for that one, and I'm going to change this down here. So we're editing the page, and here's the other section that it's in. And I'm just going to check, okay, this says Ocean City office right here. This is the Ocean City phone number. So I'm pasting that in, and I'm going to hit the update button. And then that updated. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to view the page just to make sure that it saved those changes. And as you can see, 609-263-7422 is the Seattle office, 609-398-1776 for the Ocean City office. So now this has been updated. And you're going to need to make changes, when we change regular business hours and things like that, you're going to want to make those changes as well, or be able to make those changes. So that's how you make changes to basic pages. Let's go through another example. So search Seattle City. So here's a page where people can do advanced searches. But let's say we want to change from 2015 to 2016 for all of these items. So we would go into Edit Page. And the easiest thing to do would be to take all of this. So I'm just going to right click and select all. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to open it up in another text window. Just a basic text window, not Microsoft Word, either text editor or Notepad. And I'm going to run a search on 2015. And I'm going to replace it with 2016. Replace all. Now you can see that they've all been changed to 2016. So then I would take this, I would right click, I would go File, Edit, Select All, copy it with Control-C. I'm not going to save that there because we're not going to make these changes, but then I would paste it here to replace it all and hit the update button. So I'm not going to do that now because it's not 2016, but we'll move on. Making changes to agent information. So this is a little different. We created a custom section for agents and it's under Team Profiles. So if we go to Team Profiles, you'll be able to see the information for each agent. So every agent gets his own or her own line. So let's go in and take a look at Mary Steen. We can hit the edit button. So when you hover over these, your options will show up. If you just click on it, it'll bring you over to edit it. So here you can see that we can remove the featured image and add a new image. So as soon as you hit the remove featured image button, you'll see that you can add a new image. This shows you how it shows up in search results. And this is the description for Mary Steen. So we can make some changes to that. Test change. And we can hit preview changes if we don't want to update it right away, if we want to see what it looks like, or we can just hit update and then go over to view the profile to make sure that it worked. So I'm going to say test change. I'm going to update it. And then I'm going to view the profile. Now this isn't going to look good, but So you'll see test change was added there, and then if we go over to about, meet the Seattle team, because Mary's part of the Seattle team, test change shows up. So I'm going to go in and remove that, update. So that's how you make changes to individual team profiles. Now if you want to move team profiles around, you go to team profiles, reorder, and then you can take somebody like Mary again, for example, and you can move her up. And when you move her up, you want to then hit the update button once you've moved everyone around as you'd like to have moved them around. So I'm going to bring her back down to where she was. I want to say she was right there. Okay. And you can see that there's a little note that popped up that the update was made. Items order updated. So that's how you make changes to team profiles. You can also add a new team profile, and you want to put their name in here, the description for them in here. You want to set a featured image over here, and you can do that by uploading an image of the person and then hitting set featured image, or by choosing an image from the media library. So just as an example, we highlighted Giovanna, and we're going to set featured image, and you can see that it's there. So when we publish it with the new name, this will be the image associated with the agent. So I'm just going to move this draft to trash because we're not creating a new agent right now. And then we'll move on to making changes to directory pages. Now this is probably the trickiest one. So if we're in the directory and we decide that we found one of the kids' activities, maybe the business shut down or maybe some changes need to be made to it, we have to go into another section of the site, but we need to figure out which section it is that we want to change. So we want to change Jilly's Arcade, and let's say we want to change their address to 1169. So I'm going to hit edit page. I'm not actually editing the page, but I want to see which maps marker layer it is, and it's maps marker layer 14. And I know that the name of it is Jilly's Arcade. So I'm going to go over here to Maps Marker Pro, and I'm going to hit list all markers, and I'm going to look for Jilly's Arcade. So you want to scroll down, you want to ignore all of this. This is just like a update by the plugin developer. And then we can run a search on Jilly for Jilly's Arcade. And you'll see that it pops up here. And similar to the team profiles, this post type can be edited. So I'm going to hit the edit button. And I would make my change right here from 1168 to 1169. And then I would hit the update button. And that would update this marker. I'm not going to do that right now because this is the correct address. But that's how you would do it. And then for that layer, as you remember, or if you remember, when we went to Resources, Ocean City, Kids Activities, and we hit Edit Page, the layer was 14. So all of the markers that are on this Kids Activity page, this map, all of these markers are on the layer number 14. So you find it by hitting Edit Page and seeing that it says Maps Marker Layer is 14. And then you go over to Maps Marker Pro by clicking it in the sidebar, and you can go to List All Layers. And then we're going to look for layer 14. So you can see over here the short code is listed. So this is layer 14, Kids Activities, Ocean City, NJ. So we can edit this layer, or we can add a new marker to the layer. So as you can see, they're all showing up here, and you can see Jilly's Arcade, and we can edit that one specifically, or we can edit Kids Creation specifically, and then we want to hit Update. So that's it. That's how you make changes to these 4 different types of pages. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My email address is jamesmthornton@gmail.com, and my phone number is 610-761-4827. Okay, thank you.